Okay, so I have tested stuff, and as always, I like keeping everything 100% honest. This is going to be for you Mopar guys. I'm going to need some help. Good afternoon, and welcome to the channel. So the Challenger has been sitting in the garage all winter long, and I was starting to have some problems with it. With the battery on it, it was getting low, so I was putting a charger on it and just letting it trickle charge. But unfortunately, the battery has completely died. There wasn't any power in the battery at all. So I'm just going to go over a few tips for you guys because I made the mistake myself. But I will tell you what it is. It's kind of funny. So about your battery, if it dies or something like that happens, what to do. So your battery in the Challenger is located in the trunk. The trunk has a trunk release button on the key fob. As you can see right here, there's the trunk release. And then it also has a button on the back and a button inside that you can push to pop the trunk. When your battery is dead, you do not have any power, so that trunk is not going to pop. So first thing that I thought was, alright, battery's in the trunk, I gotta get a battery charger on this thing, gotta do something. So what you gotta do, your doors also will not unlock. So on the key fob, as many of you know, on the back side right here, there's a little lever. You pull it over and the key comes out. You use that key to unlock your door so you can get in to the vehicle. So I got into the vehicle. Like I said, I knew the battery's in the trunk, so I'm like, really the only way I can get to it, I'm gonna fold down the back seats, I'm gonna climb into the trunk and pull the release cable inside the trunk. Needless to say, it's really close to the one wall in the garage. It's really hard to get back there. So I climbed through there. When I opened up the doors with the battery being dead, it set the alarm off. It's honking, the lights are flashing. And I'm trying to get the passenger seat folded forward and the back seats folded forward so I can climb in the trunk to open the trunk to put the battery charger on. What I ended up doing was popping the hood, unplugging my horns because I was tired of listening to them go off, and finally got access to the trunk, hooked the battery charger up, and then started charging the battery. Well, it died again, and I got to thinking, you know what? Underneath the hood is a spot that you can hook up jumper cables. Why not hook my battery charger up there? I will show this to you guys. I have the battery charger hooked up to it right now, where you can hook it up. So if you hook a battery charger up or jumper cables, you're going to give your car power, and you're going to be able to pop your trunk to access your battery. You do not have to charge off the battery. You can charge up here to give it power. But that's just kind of a funny little story of what happened to me with the Challenger. But I will show you guys that. I do know that I have seen forums and stuff stating that you want to have power and not completely unhook your battery. Supposedly PCM damage can occur. I don't really know. I haven't heard of a lot of people having that problem happen. I do not want to take that risk. And the reason why I was thinking about the battery charger was to supply power to the car when I change the battery out. So I'm going to show you where I got the battery hooked up. We're going to go in the trunk. I'm going to show you the tools that you need, where the battery is located in there. We're going to change the battery. I'm going to show you the battery that it is, and maybe hopefully a few helpful tips for you guys seeing that stuff. So I'm going to get you guys off the camera stand, show you all this, give you my funny little piece of the story of climbing in the trunk, and it's not easy to climb back there. You're on your belly trying to squeeze all the way back there just to pull that trunk release cable. So that hopefully is a tip that is going to help you guys not have to do the same thing that I did, unfortunately myself. But let's go ahead and check the rest of this out. So as you can see under the hood here, I have my battery charger, and then at your fuse box you just pop this little cover up, hook your positive there, and then you have a ground that you hook right there. That is literally all you need to do to give your vehicle power to unlock the doors, pop the trunk, do whatever you need to do. So you can hook a battery charger up or jumper cables. I have my battery charger on 2 amps right now, normal battery. We're just trickle charging to keep power to it for when we unhook the battery. Tools that you're going to need is a 10mm wrench, a box end opening for the battery terminals, and then I have a ratchet, if I can get it out here ways, with a really long extension and a 10mm on it. That is for the battery hold down, so you can reach all the way down there. I will show you guys that in the trunk as well. So let's quit jabbering about that, head back there and check it out. Once you have your trunk open, right down here towards the back is a little flap. You just pull that up and it gives you access to your battery, your air pump, and if your vehicle is equipped with a spare tire, it will be here in a jack as well. So the battery is located right here. I will get you guys set up on a stand so I'm not shaking you around too much. You're just going to pull this red cover off of your battery. This is your positive terminal. One thing to note, this positive terminal, when it is unhooked from the battery, if you have a battery charger hooked up front like we do, it is still going to be hot. Use a rag, use something, use caution. Do not let it touch any of these metal body panels. It will short out and you will be a not certified welder. Just joking on the welding part, but it is going to arc. It is going to burn stuff, possibly melt your end on your battery connection. Best thing to do is unhook your ground first, then unhook the positive, hook the positive back up to the new battery, and then hook your ground up last. These batteries are also got a vent, as you can hopefully see right here. That is a vent tube coming into the battery. This other side has a plug right there. Down at the bottom, this metal bracket, that's a 10mm nut right there. And this bracket is holding it in. Then you also have the strap that comes around to secure the battery in. The battery that I've gone with is an interstate battery, but it is a 94R is what you're going to need, and this is an AMG battery. The AMG is stating that basically it is a vented battery for inside of a vehicle. As you can see, there is a vent on this side, and as well a vent on the other side. One of those vents will be plugged with the supplied plug on this cap that you're going to break off right here, and then you're going to hook your factory vent up to the one that you did not plug. So I'm going to get you guys set up. We're going to get in the trunk, get this old battery pulled out, get the new battery put in, see if I lost any presets on the radio or anything like that. But let's go ahead and put this new battery in the car. Okay, so here we are in the trunk. I have my tools. I've removed the cap off of the positive end of the battery. I have a towel that I'm going to put around the positive end so we do not arc on anything. One thing is this strap. It's kind of hard to see, but you guys can see it right here. It is basically just like a tie-down strap. Here is the loose end of it. On the one end, you're going to push it, and it's going to release it. Go ahead and grab the other end, and basically just loosen that up for yourself. You do not need to actually loosen up for yourself. On this end up here, there is a little bracket that my finger is touching right now that this hooks to. So this is the strap that I was telling you guys about. We're just going to lay that off to the side. The next step I am going to do is I am going to remove the bracket down here that is holding the battery in. That's where the ratchet and a very long extension is going to come in handy. Basically just get it down there. It is a 10mm like I've mentioned, and then go ahead and just loosen that up and remove this bracket holding the battery in. So here is the bracket that is holding that battery in. It's got a lip right here. The lighting is kind of hard to see. We'll get a little bit closer, but that is a 10mm that you need. Set this off to the side as well. So now our battery is not secured in here, it is loose. So the next step, I'm going to remove the ground. Then I'm going to remove the positive, wrapping it, being very careful not to short it out on anything. And then we will remove the old battery and put the new battery in. For these battery terminals, it is a 10mm as well. So everything you're going to need is a 10mm. So just kind of wiggle it off there, get this pulled back and out of your way. Now we're going to remove the positive. I cannot stress this enough. This is going to be hot because we have the battery charger hooked up in the front in the engine bay. So definitely use caution while doing this. On this side of the battery, right here is our little vent tube. I know it is hard for you guys to see, but just lightly twist and pull, and it will come right out of the battery. So our battery now is completely unhooked. Next step is pulling this out and putting the new battery in. So the new battery is set in here. Personally, for me, the first step, getting this positive hook back up, hooking my negative back up. So let's get that done. Before we get the cap's already coming off, before we get the wires in the way, get your little vent and put that in. Make sure your positive is slid all the way down, and then you're going to want to tighten this up by hand. You're not going to want to go extremely tight, but you do want to go snug. So we have got the positive hooked up. It's time to take the negative, take the black plastic cap off the battery to expose it, and go ahead and hook the negative up. The negative is now hooked up. I am going to go ahead and put this securing strap around the battery, and then we'll put the bracket down into the bottom. But basically this comes right back around, hooks right on to that bracket, and then you're just going to pull the slack out of this. I personally wouldn't get it extremely tight. I would just get it snug for right now, because we need to put this bracket back down in. Once you have that in and tightened up, then I would tighten up the strap. Once again with this, you're not going to want to go extremely tight, but you are going to want to get it very snug. Grab the end on the strap and just get it sucked down. It is nice and tight. Our connections are tight, positive's tight, our vent's hooked up. So your battery is going to come with a cap like this. This is the plug. You're going to want to remove it from this cap. So here is the small plug that is going to go on the back side in the other vent port. Put it in and then just press it the rest of the way into the battery. You're going to want to put your safety cap over the positive end of the battery so nothing can ground out and touch that. And once you have all that on, we have now got the new battery in and hooked up, so let's go test everything. So I forgot to mention, before we want to test everything, our new battery is hooked up and in. We no longer need this charger, so go ahead, unplug your charger and unhook it, and then we will test everything. So let's go ahead and start this up. That's going to be the first test. It hasn't been started in a really long time, many months. I'm going to set the camera up, and we're definitely going to want to hear this cold start. Like I said, it's been many, many months since we started it. Wish me luck. Here we go. You guys are enjoying that sound, but I want to show you something else. We will come into the car. So we have changed the battery, and as you can see, we do not have any check engine lights. So what more can you ask for? I am going to just test a few other things. Don't really need to show it on camera. I don't think it's really going to matter. The window does roll down. That window rolls down and up. So everything is working. So let's go ahead and do the outro. Okay, so I have tested stuff, and as always, I like keeping everything 100% honest. This is going to be for you Mopar guys. I'm going to need some help. What I need help with, everything works. I have my key fob. I've tried both. Lock, unlock, nothing on either key fob works. Now if you get inside the car, and the other weird thing is when you go to unlock this, so I can lock it so it's detecting the key fob. You can see it. Horn sounds. The window will roll down just a smidge when you open the door. We get in, I can run the locks and unlocks and everything in here. Windows, everything works. So it's detecting my key fob to unlock it. It's detecting my key fob to start it. Here's the weird thing about the window. When you shut your door, this window should roll up. It does not. I'll show you the passenger side real quick. Here is the passenger side. Rolls down, door opens, rolls up. Passenger side's working like it's supposed to. So the driver's side is not, and both key fobs don't work to lock and unlock. I do not know what's going on with that, but if any of you have information on that, definitely let me know, because see, it does work on the outside, and then it unlocks. So I do not know what's going on there. Alright guys, so that is how you replace the battery in your Dodge Challenger or Charger. Hopefully this video is helpful. Hopefully it's helpful telling you how to hook up the battery charger. I did get the window fixed with the rolling down issue. I can make a video on that if you guys would like to see it. What you need to do is get in the car with it on or running, roll the window all the way up, hold the window switch for 5 seconds, press it down, hold it till the window rolls all the way down. Once it's all the way down, count for 5 seconds, roll it all the way back up, open the door, and then shut the door, and it's reset. It's working. Hopefully that makes sense. If you want to see a video, throw it down in the comment section down below how to fix the window issue of that. Thankfully, I'm good friends with Jose with Mod Effects. I had to call him to get some advice on how to fix this. Once again, Mod Effects, I can't say enough for him. Freaking amazing company. Jose, he's the man, and I really appreciate it, Jose, for you helping me out with this, because I didn't know what to do. We still are having the problem with the key fobs hitting the lock and unlock buttons. It's really strange because you can get in and start the car, it's detecting the key fob. You get out, it says no key fob detected. So it shows that the key fob has left the vehicle. You can unlock it and lock it by the handles on the doors. So that is the proximity. So it is sensing the key fob, but for some reason the buttons on the key fob are not working. We are working on that right now. When I get it fixed, I'll give you guys an update. If you guys have information for me, throw it in the comment section, and it would be greatly appreciated. Get that fixed. Everything else is working flawlessly. That it has nothing to do with changing the battery, so don't let it scare you. What that had to do with was this car has been sitting out in the garage for months. And I'm not talking 1 or 2, probably even 3, maybe even 4. And the battery was dead in it. I was trying to keep it charged. I wasn't able to. So the battery's been dead in the car. So that is why there's problems like this. So if this is your daily driver, you're not going to have that problem. So hopefully the battery replacement is helpful for you guys. Super easy to do. That battery is heavy. You just be careful because it's heavy. Be careful, don't short out the positive terminal if you have a battery charger hooked up or jumper cables. But that is how you do it. Let me know what you guys think of this video. Hopefully it's helpful to someone, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. But I will catch you guys on the next one, and until then, take care. Alright, so I don't know if this is going to match up in the video, but I did replace the battery in the Challenger. We were having problems with the key fobs not working. Either one was. The weird thing is when you got in the car, it would detect your hand to unlock the doors. You got in the car, and it didn't say no key fob detected or anything. You didn't have to use the key fob to start the car. So that was really weird to me, and I thought that that would happen if the battery was dead. So I wasn't real for sure. So I went ahead and picked up a couple batteries, replaced them in my key fobs. I was going to make a video. There is tons of videos out there. If you want me to make one, throw in the comment below. But there's tons of videos out there. So I threw new batteries in the key fob, and they work. So super excited about that. The battery in the car was dead. I don't even know how this would happen. Both batteries in the key fobs, each key fob was dead. So both key fobs are dead. The battery in the car was dead. I understand one going out, but all three of them at once, just kind of a little bit weird. But that is what was wrong with the key fobs not working. We did the window. Remember that. Leave in the comments below if you want to see how to recalibrate your automatic up and down windows. But the key fob's working, windows are working, batteries in the car, not having any problems with the battery, it's staying charged. We are driving the car, the weather is nicer, more content coming on the car. So we have the diffuser, we'll be doing the install on that, but I really appreciate it, and thank you guys so much for stopping in and checking out the video. I believe I already have an outro, so if I have one, we will go with that outro. If not, thank you so much for stopping in, I really appreciate it, and I will catch you guys on the next one, and until then, take care.